Hello everybody, I am here today to teach you how to make a graphic in Canva for your Usborne Books and More business. We're going to be using the branding manual that you can find in your back office, which I will show you how to get to. You want to get to your back office to see it so you can figure out what colors and fonts you're allowed to use, and then you want to also go to Canva. You're going to log in and they're probably going to make you if you've never made an account, sign up and do a tutorial, and if you do the tutorial you're going to end up on a place like this with a finished something or other of a project that they make you. This is what we're going to be making, what I'm showing you that you can make, but really you can make whatever you want, and I'm just going to show you super simple, but you can add backgrounds and decorations and make it however you want to make it. But what's going to happen if you are in the tutorial is you're going to want to go up to the Canva part up here, and you're going to want to just click on that so it'll bring you to your dashboard. And you're going to click Create a Design. And when you click Create a Design, they give you all sorts of recommendations. I like to use either the social graphic or the Facebook post. They are very good for sizing in your Facebook page when you post them, if you're posting them to your VIP group or wherever you're posting it, so that's what I like to use. And I'm just going to start out with a blank one. Now when you get to your back office, which you can get to by logging into your consultant page and then clicking the little house button that's in the corner, and it'll bring you here, and you're going to go to your consultant toolbox. So once you click on the consultant toolbox, you're going to go down on this little sidebar to branding material. Now here is the material where you can download the logos and the dots, the flags, the banners. These have white backgrounds you'll find when you open them up. They do not have transparent backgrounds, but if you would like a transparent background for most of these, you can feel free to comment below on this video or find me on my Facebook VIP group, which is facebook.com/oki book lady, and I will post that in the description. And if you send me a message on there, I will send you a email with the transparent background that I've saved. I went through a program and I got transparent backgrounds. But I will also show you how to get just the logos and slogans through Google, because that is the easiest way. But what we really want to do here is go to the branding manual and open it up. And that's all we really need from that section. And you're going to scroll down, and if you haven't read this and you're making graphics, you should. It tells you a lot about the Usborne Books and More brand and what they really would like you to showcase in your graphics, and what they want you to showcase about the company, and things that you probably shouldn't do. The three main important things is that you need to use a logo when you make your graphics, and if you're an independent consultant, this is the logo you'll be using, the Usborne Books and More Independent Consultant. Usually you want to use this purple and orange one on your graphics. However, sometimes you do a purple background or an orange background and you cannot see part of the logo because of that, so in that case you're going to want to use the black that says Independent Consultant underneath it, which I will show you how to download from Google in a transparent file. It says never use the logo on a white box or a colored background. That's just what they don't want you to do. So as I said, you can use your one that is purple and orange on most backgrounds, and then on the others you'll use a black. That is the first important thing. The other is this color palette, and I will make another video after this showing you how to use Canva for work, which I think you have to pay for, but your first 30 days are free, and if you use Canva a lot, it's worth investing into. And you can actually save these colors in a branding section, and you can save the fonts, and you can save a logo in the section, in like a file for your own brand, and that way you don't have to keep inputting them. But if you don't want to, you can obviously use them for free. Just save these color hex numbers somewhere, or save the branding guide. You can open it up. Sometimes I just open it and use it side by side like I'm doing now. But the most important part are these hex numbers, because they're going to tell you what colors to use. The primary company color is the purple, of course, but you also have your second company colors of the light blue, the navy blue, the green, the pinkish reddish color, and the orange. And the last really important thing that you want is to make sure you're using the right fonts. For all your main headers, you're going to want to use, if you're using Canva, you're going to be using this second row are all the Canva fonts, so you don't actually have to download them because Canva already has them. But your main font is going to be Alio, and then your subheader font will be ClickerScript, and your substitute font will be Arial. And those are really the three main points, and I will show you how to incorporate them all. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to give a background color to our graphic, and we're just going to go to the background section here, and then we're going to go to the document colors add button right here. When you add it, you're going to go down to the color code, and you're just going to enter in the hex number of the Usborne Books and More purple. So that is a 731472, and you now have that gorgeous purple. Now I already know that if I want to use the logo here that has the orange on it, or the pink and the orange on it, purple and orange, I'm sorry, then I'm not going to want it to be all purple, so I'm actually going to go to Elements, and I'm going to go to Shapes, and I'm going to add in a box that goes halfway down, and you can do it however you want. And I'm going to make this box the light blue color. So to do that, after you resize it and put it where you want, you go up to this little section here, and you pick a color, and see, it'll show you the colors you've already used, but we're going to do the same thing we did in the purple, and we're just going to enter in the hex number of the light blue, which is 60B0E6. And that way we have like a little two-tone thing going on, still keeping it super simple. But that is what we have. So next we're going to add in a title. So we're going to hit text, and we're going to hit add heading. And we will pull that up to where we want it. Canva's pretty cool because it will center things for you. Sometimes that leads to formatting issues when you're trying to put spaces between things, but for the most part it's just super handy. It'll tell you when you've reached the halfway point. You're going to go up to the text here, and you're going to make sure that you are using Alio because it is a heading. And so you are going to put in your text, maybe you want to write, "Congratulations, you won." And if you're like me and you can't spell, I've downloaded Grammarly because it helps me out. And I just want to make sure that that is where it is, and those don't need to be capitalized. And now we have a cute little title here. And now some things that you can add to make it a little more eye-catching is you can add a line here. Sometimes I just add this one right here because it's the dots, which remind me of the dots that we use in our branding. You don't have to do anything like this, but if you do, just something that you can show. If you hit arrange, you can put that behind the text so it's a little easier to see. Personally, I'm not going to use the dots, but I was just showing you that you could. You can also make them transparent a little farther down if you want, so that when you put this over it, you can actually see the words. When I'm using a dark background, I also like to use the white for the text instead of the black, whereas when I'm using the light backgrounds, I usually will do a black. But we're going to enter a subheading in now because I want to tell the people who have won when they win the free book from your prize party drawing. Sometimes I will offer them this, well, not sometimes, every time I'll offer them this, and it's their choice of the free book, but they can also get a couple other options that are made more to boost your business. But you want to add a subheading, and when we go over to the branding guide, we'll see that the subheadings need to be ClickerScript, so we go up to the fonts, and we're going to go to ClickerScript. And you click that. I want it a little bigger because this font for me is a little harder to see, but you don't want it bigger than your header font. That's an important thing to know. So I'm going to write choose your prize. And I'm just going to make that bigger, actually. I think I'll make this one bigger. Sometimes you just play around with how you want it to look. And now I personally like when I am doing something like this to use boxes to show my 3 options. So if you want to use a box, you go to the elements again and you can go to the shapes and you can pick, these are outlined boxes. So just pick 3 of them that you like. You can fit them however you want in the section. If I feel like it's the right size, I will just copy and paste, Control C, Control V, the boxes and make sure that they fit. Now see, this is what I mean about sometimes it like snaps into place and doesn't allow you to have the same space. So if you find that, you can zoom in, and sometimes that allows you to do more of making sure that it is the right size that you want. And I feel like this is too far over now, but that's okay. And so these are my 3 options. I want to make sure that I have room for my text. I'm actually going to leave my text in the blue area. So the 3 options that I like to offer is the free mini book. So for the free mini book, instead of finding a picture of the mini book, I'm going to show you how to, you go to elements and you're going to search and you just type in like the word book. And I like to use the illustrations, but you can use whatever you like. If you click on one of the free options, you don't have to pay to use them, which is super nice. And you can just resize it and throw it in your graphic. So also something cool about some of these illustrations is you can change the color. So we're going to go back up here to find the color of the green because I want to make sure it is the Usborne green. So you're going to hit the add document colors and we're going to enter in the hex code for the green, which is B2BB1C. And that will change our book to that green color that we like. So now we are going to add some text in. We're going to do body text and move it to where we want it, which is in the blue area for me. And we need to know that our body text is all in Arial. So we're going to go and get Arial. And I'm going to write a free mini book from my, oh, I'm not typing. A free mini book from my selection, from my stock is what I'll write. And now I want that bigger because I can't really see it, but you can do whatever size you want. And just put it where you feel it will work nicely. And so for my second prize that I like to offer, my sponsor actually showed me this. Shout out to Ashley. She showed me to do free shipping for orders that are placed. So I like to do free shipping for orders under $75 and over $75 they can get 10% off. So it's kind of like an either or, they can pick their own option. But for this, so enter in shipping, and sometimes you can't find, they all have prices on them, so sometimes you have to change what you're looking for. So I'm just going to search for a box, and this is what I'm going to use, is a shipping box. And you can change the color again if you would like. I think I'm just going to make this one white just to make it easy. And we're going to add the text again. So you go to the text, you do the same thing. So sorry, someone is walking by. Whenever anyone walks by, the dog thinks he needs to guard the house. But we are going to add the text in. Make sure you change it to the Arial. Pump up the size. I think we use 28 over here. I want to make sure I do the same size. 24. You don't have to use the same size fonts, but I just like things to look cohesive. And for here, I am going to write free shipping on orders under $75, or 10% off your order of $75 or more. And then you just want to make sure it fits in the area you want. You might have to change the size of it so that it does fit, which is okay if your fonts need to be different sized. Yeah, so I'm going to have to go down. Just try to stay around the same font size that you're using, and that fits nicely in there. I'm going to move this up so that they start at the same place. There we go. And so for my next, just do whatever you think looks right. I tend to be very particular about how my text lines up and how my graphics line up, but you can do whatever you like. So for the third prize is going to be an upgrade if they book a party to $20 in extra books. And so what I did is I just went to my e-commerce site and I found books that were around $10 because I know I want to use 2 of them, and you just click on it. And something I like to do when I save my pictures is look at the age levels. And so this is for age 2 to 5. So when I save the image, and I have a special folder for it that is called my UBAM folder. I put a 1 so it would show up first. I save it by the name, so I want to be an astronaut, and then I also put the age level so that when I'm going through and doing certain things that need age levels or I'm recommending books, I can have the ages right there so I don't have to look them up, which is just a tip if you want to do something super quick. But I Want to Be an Astronaut is going to be the first one we save, and then we're going to go back and we're just going to find another book that is around $10. So we can show what $20 in books would be. And you can really do whatever you want for books. I try to find ones that I feel people would really want, but you do not have to. So like the catchy ones, the ones that flash out on you, you can just pick those. You can pick some of your favorite. It doesn't really matter what you pick, just that. And they don't even have to equal $20 if you have a couple books that you really like. I just found that 2 books looks really nice together here, which is really what I'm going for. And I'm going to pick Animal Doodles. I'm going to save that. Oh, I forgot to see what the age level was. 6 years and up. So, Animal Doodles. And this is a wipe clean for 6 and up. Oops, there we go. And then you will go to uploads over here and you'll click upload your own image, and you can click on the books you have. And if you click the control button, you can click more than one and they will upload together. I'll show you another way you can do it. If you have them over here in your downloads, you can click and drag it and it will upload it as well. So you can really do whatever works for you. And then we're just going to click these, and I'm going to put them in. I like to tilt them a little, make them pop out. But once they upload, they will stay. And another cool thing is when you have your own little section here, any uploads that you have will automatically save. So if you've already uploaded images, they will stay here. So our graphic is almost done. We just need to add some text saying upgrade to $20 in free books when you host a qualifying party. And I'm actually going to write to an extra $20. And I'm going to bump up that text again. I'll use 24 is going to be too big, so let's try 21. That's still going to be too big. I don't usually like going super small, but sometimes you have to. And just fit it in there. And the text isn't going to line up because of that book, but I can move the book if I want to. And I'm going to have to zoom in so that I can fit this how I want to fit it. There we go. And then zoom back out. Okay, the last thing we need to do is we need to add our logo. And so the easiest way I found to find a transparent logo is just search in Google, Usborne Books and More Independent Consultant logo with transparent background. And you're just going to go to Google Images and you're going to click on one, and you know that it is transparent when there is this little checkered print. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to make sure that I have saved it in my folder to keep everything put together, and I'm just going to save it as my UBAM color logo. And this is what I'm going to use for my colored, but you can also usually scroll down and there should be a black and white one somewhere. And if not, you can just search. You can just search black and white. Usually it just pops up right away and I don't have any trouble with it. But there is a black and white one out there, but if you drop your email in my PMs, I will send that with you in my thing. So anyway, we have our logo saved, and we're going to go to Uploads, and we're just going to click on our logo, which isn't there because it's saved in my downloads. Saved right there. So I'm actually going to go put that in my folder. But you're going to open it up and make sure it is the transparent, and you just click and drag it, and then you can resize it. Now if we had the purple background, we would want to see this won't show up on the purple background. You won't be able to see the Usborne Books and More. So that's when you would use the black and white one. But since we put this blue box here, which I did knowing that we wanted to use this logo, you have it. So now all you're going to do is you are going to save it. You're going to give it a title. So I'm going to write you one, or I'm going to write choose your prize. You can do whatever you want for your names. And then you just hit download. And I like to download them as PNGs, but you can download them as JPEGs if you want. JPEGs will be smaller and take up less room, I think, and I think your phone automatically downloads them as JPEGs. But I download them as PNGs. Another thing is, if you are downloading the Usborne logo from online, you need to download it as a PNG, because I don't think that JPEGs will allow you to do it transparent. But now I have it downloaded and I can upload it to my Facebook page, and this is what it will look like. So I hope that you all were able to follow along. If you have any comments, feel free to comment below or send me a PM on my Facebook group page. And that is all I have for you today, so I hope you have great days, stay safe, and do kind things.